Well, I thought I'd bring you up to date on the Windows update saga. Uh, every every so often, I shut it down to only check once a week, but the 24H2 install would never install, always came back with an error. Well, today, just out of curiosity, I did a Google search on the error, and Microsoft had a whole bunch of people asking the same question. Anyways, you have to download an ISO file, which is a disk image file of Windows 11, and there's a video. They put a video out on YouTube that you and there's plenty of instructions. It's not difficult. You download the ISO file and start the setup on the thing, and it goes around, and it takes a while. It's got to download the disk image, which is about I don't know, 5 gigabytes or something like that. And then you go through and do all the setup, and it restarts and setup, does some more and does some more and does some more. Anyways, after I did all that, it still came up saying that there was updates to do. But I did the, check for updates, install, and it finally went through. Had to restart another couple times, and to the the update thing now is up to date. All the bugs and all that, I guess, have been worked out. So there you go. Up to date. Now, what I did do before that was I did a backup, and I'm going to do another backup here in a minute, because then I'll have a backup of the ISO file on there, and I won't ever have to download that again. And if I ever have to redo Windows or repair it or anything like that, I've got the media on something other than the secondary partition on the hard drive. Anyways, so what else has been going on? Why haven't I been posting any videos? Well, New Year's Eve, I ended up at a doc in the box with a severe inner and outer ear infection. They cleaned my ears out. And then gave me a prescription for 2 different versions of amoxicillin. And for the second time in my life, I had a reaction to the antibiotics. It, not first time my antibiotics. I've taken antibiotics, including amoxicillin, before, and never had a problem. But for the last 4 days, and even some still today, I won't show you pictures of it because it's pretty gross. But I turned into one big red welt, entire body covered in and itch. So quit. I took 9.5 days of a 10-day course of the antibiotics. So if one pill makes all that much difference, then I can't take amoxicillin anymore, anyways. uh, so I started eating Benadryl for the allergic reaction, and that's really all it was the like hives. I looked like a bright red tomato all over, everywhere, and itch. And the Benadryl helped with the itching, and the Tylenol helped. I took Tylenol a couple times a day, and that helped too. So, New Year's Eve, boy, we had some people out there that spent some money on fireworks, and it was all artillery shells. So for about 3 days, Ella would not go outside, and even a week later, after New Year's Eve, somebody popped off a firecracker in the middle of the afternoon, and she's like petrified to go outside. I have to go out with her now, so I don't know how long that's going to last. But she'll go to the door like she needs to go out, and then when you open the door, she takes off and runs back in here in the bedroom. So, uh, it's cold out, cold. We're in the low 20s this morning. Uh, anyways, I think all that's fireworks stuff seems to be over with. We haven't heard any in a couple of days. Although last night when I took her out, because she hadn't been out in a day and a half, I saw what looks to be a raccoon on the privacy fence in the back of my yard. By the time I went and got the spotlight so I could look and see, it was gone. But there's a critter back there. It's either a raccoon, a very large cat, or maybe it's that possum that killed Ruby. Well, it didn't kill her, but it got her where she screwed up her eye, and she went downhill from there. She only lasted about 3 months after she got that eye ulcer. So, anyways, now you're all caught up. I did order a bunch of firewood. The guy said it had been sitting around seasoning for a year, but if you split it, it's still feels damp on the inside, and it takes forever to get enough coals in there so that it'll catch new sticks on fire. I went and bought a thing you can stick the chunks in and hit it with I use a 3 pound sledge, and it'll split it as long as it doesn't have any knots in it. I had one piece that had a knot in it, and without anything to, there's places on the kindling cracker, that's what they call it, invented by a woman in New Zealand, and there are plenty of videos on YouTube about them if you're interested. But it didn't work with one of the logs that had a knot in it. But I'm going to try and build a fire a little bit later here because we're only going to make it to 50 degrees today. And so sit around, be sick, dog scared. Windows is finally updated. Yay! I really was getting irritated with this because every day it'd pop up a notice saying you need to update your machine, and then of course it wouldn't update. So, anyways, that's it. Farmer's Almanac is right on the money as far as the weather, cold and wet, and that's what we've been. So, nothing else going on. Felt like crap for the last week because of this allergic reaction. First time I had an allergic reaction to medication was also the first time I got blue lighted to the emergency room in the back of an ambulance. And that got me a shot in the butt. That's funny because back then Benadryl was prescription only. Now you can buy it over the counter. So if I'd had, anyways, seems to be a lot better today than it was yesterday. So maybe a couple more days and that'll be over with. And then I'll have to have my medical records updated. So, oh, the dog in the box didn't cost anything because they're hooked in with the VA. So the VA picks up the tab for it. All I had to do is pay for the prescription, which cost a lot more money because I had to pay full price for it instead of, I didn't want to wait 2 days for it to come in the mail. And anyways, and then my ear don't hurt anymore. It was sore. The whole ear was sore. The cartilage part had a huge knot in the inner ear and swollen face and stuff like that. So getting back to normal here, other than the weather. The weather, we've been below normal now for going on 10 days and probably got another week or so before it starts to warm back up. But anyways, hope y'all are having a good New Year's, and I'll try and the animals are doing crazy stuff, but you know, a lot of it's just because Alvin goes outside and 2 minutes later he's back. It's too cold for fat Alvin to go out in the bushes. So, anyways, maybe I'll get a hold of that. I'll get a picture or some video of whatever that critter was climbing across the fence. It definitely looked like a raccoon, but all I could see was a silhouette. So, okay, now you got to see me riding the motorcycle up on the tail of the dragon up in North Carolina and Tennessee. That was back with the chicken wing, the gold wing. That's been sold since I traded it. That's been sold several times, and I can tell because right on the bottom of the foot pegs where I ground the metal off, it's still there. So, but I haven't seen it in a while. Anyways, loved that bike. Wished I could hold it up. Well, I can't ride now anyways. My metal's all neck. Fall over in a parking lot and I could die. So I do miss riding them though. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I hope your New Year's is going well. Talk to you later. Bye.